What's up YouTube, it's the MLG Apache back with another video, and today we are going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2. This just got a ton of new gameplay at E3, and this gameplay has a lot of people excited because it really looks like they listened to what people wanted in Battlefront 1 and put it into Battlefront 2. So for starters, they have a class system now. So rather than picking the head of the character you want, and the body, the voice, and then most importantly the weaponry, and then all the gadgets, they have classes like in Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox. They have, I believe it's Assault, Officer, Heavy, and Sniper so far. I don't know if there's going to be any more, but as far as we've seen in the Battlefield gameplay that they allowed at E3, that's what they have. They each have their own little abilities, their weapons. They're all different, and I think this is a pretty good step towards what people want. People loved Battlefront 2. It was almost a perfect game, so they're trying to go to what people liked. This is a great step. They have eras now rather than being stuck in the sequel trilogy. Now they have the pre-sequel trilogy, the sequel trilogy, and the new trilogy that's going on right now. So that leads me into the heroes. Now it's not just those heroes from the sequel trilogy. We're gonna have heroes from the other two trilogies, as we saw in the gameplay with Darth Maul and Rey, as well as other characters being added like Yoda, Kylo Ren. We still have old characters like Boba Fett and Han Solo. Some people did have problems with, Rey, Han Solo, Boba Fett, and Darth Maul being in a pre-sequel trilogy setting in Battlefield, but really I think it's just more they wanted to, one, showcase the heroes, show that they have more than just what they had before, and two, they don't really know if they want to restrict each character to their eras yet, or if they're gonna allow how it is now. Honestly, I'd probably prefer if they just left it how it is now, because really it'd be interesting to see how each character can fight against each other. So you can have, like in the gameplay, Rey versus Darth Maul. That's very interesting to see. And then also, as you can see, they upped the graphics a lot. Battlefront 1 already looked amazing, and they somehow managed to up the graphics and make Battlefront 2 look ridiculously good. This is looking like Battlefront 2 with a polish and a huge graphic makeover. And one of the big things is free DLC. Rather than having almost no content and then locking it away with DLCs, like Battlefront 1, they're going to have all DLCs be free. They are going to have microtransactions. I'm not sure. I don't think they've announced what kind they're going to be, if they're just going to be cosmetic, or if they're actually going to play a role in, how well you do. Hopefully it's not like that, because those people really hate cosmetic ones. I don't think people really mind them that much, but some people still don't like them. I don't mind them. Free DLC is definitely a huge plus. That's one reason GTA 5 has been so successful in their online mode. They keep adding free DLCs people can come back to and just play with their friends without having to spend any money. Big plus for DICE. Starfighters. They are going to have new Starfighters, obviously, since there's new eras. Now the Starfighter gameplay, I'll lead into the battle points and specialists in a bit, but basically you have to use battle points to get in a Starfighter. So that really, it makes it a lot easier to not get in a Starfighter and immediately get shot down, because there's not a constant flow of Starfighters being activated through in-game battle pickups. So you can come in and there's only going to be maybe one or two other Starfighters if people felt like getting in a Starfighter. So I really like that. It was really annoying people just camping the starfighter spawns and just shooting you down immediately when you came out. This is another big plus. Although the starfighter dogfighting doesn't really look too different, I kind of don't like the whole lock on your not bullets, but what you're shooting goes straight at them if you're locked on. That's kind of iffy, but then again, it would be really hard to aim when you're moving so fast in such weird ways. It'd take forever just to shoot down one person. Vehicles. Now, the vehicles, of course, vehicles from the other eras are introduced in the gameplay. You can see an AAT, I believe it's called, the tank for the droids, and then the AT-RT, walker for the clones. They are affected by just regular infantry gunfire now. You can really actually do some good damage with just your regular gun. This is a big plus in my opinion, although how they did it, you take way too much damage. Way too much. You get somebody behind or flanking one of the vehicles, you can easily take it out on your own because you do so much damage, and I really don't like that. They need to decrease the amount of damage it takes from small arms fire, although I think it is good that you don't need like a huge rocket launcher just to take down a vehicle. And battle points, this is probably one of the best things they have done. They have battle points now rather than battle pickups. You earn them throughout the game by getting kills, playing the objective, doing team like assists, that sort of thing, and you'll earn battle points, and you can use them for specialist items such as, you know, getting in a starfighter, playing a special character like the B2 super battle droid or the jump jet trooper. It's very important that they change that, because now you don't have to run around. Mostly one of the big things is getting mad when somebody just steals your battle pickup from right in front of you. That was one of the most infuriating things, and now you don't have to deal with that. The amount of times you get in a starfighter or a special unit, or you use a hero, will be all on you and your performance of how many battle points you get. Doesn't really seem to be too tough getting battle points, so you should be able to get specialists a decent amount of times. But if you're not very good at the game, you're not going to constantly, you know, be getting into a specialist. There's also phases in the battles, so it's very important to know when to use your battle points, because you don't want to use all your specialists, all your battle points on specialists in the very first stage, and then have none for the stage 2 or stage 3 when you really need to pick it up and do something like really clutch to not lose the match. Now, with all that said, I do really like what they're doing in this game. It looks like it's a huge improvement from Battlefield 1, or I'm gonna get those confused so much. Battlefront 1. They upped the graphics. They listened a lot to the fans of not locking stuff away through DLC, starting the vanilla game with enough content to keep people entertained. They do need to do some balancing, because although Darth Maul can't block, he is still extremely tough to take down. He will get lots and lots of kills if you know how to use him. It is ridiculous. And that's about it. They do have other stuff coming. I do believe they have a Galactic Conquest. I'm not sure if that's a single player or a whole other thing. People don't really think they're gonna have, you know, you can go into a big star killer ship type of thing, like you could in Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox. Hopefully they do. I mean, if they don't, that's disappointing, but with all these other things they've improved, I don't blame them for leaving that out. I say, yeah, you should probably get this game. I'm most likely going to get it. It looks great. If they keep this up, I'm definitely gonna get it and play a ton. It looks great. So remember, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it so much when you do. Leave down in the comments your thoughts. And with that said, peace.
Multi-troop transport preparing to fire.